You're listening to Culture on 209 FM.
What's up, it's your boy, DJ Caution. You're listening to Culture on 209 FM. We have a featured artist today, the man, the myth, the legend, from Stockton, California, young Mackamillion. What's up, my dude?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing lovely, my friend. So let's get right into this interview, man. I know we were supposed to do this last week, and due to COVID and some issues, we had to reschedule, but here we are. Let's talk about how we met. I met you, about a couple months ago at the Ben Chaos show, I believe, downtown in, not downtown, but where's it by, where the heck was it by?
Northwest, by the Hilton.
Oh, by Marshall's, that's right. And then I saw you, man, you were killing it, man. Your style was just definitely something that I was a real authentic and something real familiar. Had a lot of scratching and a lot of cuts and a lot of just kind of like raw beats. And I was like, man, this is dope right here. And then I introduced myself, and then here we are. But let's give the audience a little bit about yourself, a bio, where you're from, who your influences are, and, let us know about Mackamillion.
Okay, basically, I'm from Stockton, California, born and raised. My influences range from metal bands to gangster rap to some mainstream stuff to underground. I like bands like growing up. I like bands like Hatebreed, Slipknot, Pantera. Let's see, and then I also liked rap music all the way from Insane Clown Posse, Tech Nine to West Coast gangster rap like Sally Sales and E40 and then T-Nutty Nuts and Messy Mars. I got a wide variety of music that I had listened to before I started making music, and I kind of since I started making music, I haven't really listened to music like I used to before I started. So I couldn't tell you what's hot right now, but I still think the shit that I was bumping back then is hot. So.
What? And you're from Stockton, California, correct?
Yes, sir.
What parts? East side, North side?
No, I grew up out west by Lewis Park, and then for about half my childhood, then we moved on up to more like Central West.
Let's talk about when you first started. When did you first start writing your first rhymes? How old were you when you first started writing your first rhymes?
Come again?
How old were you when you first started writing your first rhymes?
Oh, shit. I started writing raps probably around 17, 18 years old.
Damn.
And, I wasn't really confident with the whole thing until I was about 21. I had been recording for a little bit because I do all my own producing. I make all my beats and, the whole thing from to beats, composition to all that. So I started feeling like I was getting good and wanted to show myself until I was about 21.
Oh, well. What's your creative process? Like let's say when you make a beat, do you just sit down and kind of zone out, or, I mean, what do you think about, or what do you do?
Usually I just I get in the lab and I use Fruity Loop Studio, and I don't know. It seems like I usually just I'll put together a little drum beat, and then from there I'll start finding samples that I feel like sound good, and start. I play live while the beat's playing, and I try to come up with little riffs and stuff or whatever. And then I'll be like, okay, that's it right there. That's going to be the bass line. I'll lay it down, and then I'll go find like a melodic sounding instrument and try to make something to just build off of each other. And I really like using 808s. So, and once I discovered this website called Somatics FM, I got a lot of cool little samples, and my beats really started getting a lot better.
Do you remember the first beat you ever made?
The what?
You ever remember your first beat you ever made?
Oh yeah.
You still have it by any chance? I just fuck with you, man. So when you get on the mic, and you start rhyming, do you write, or do you just go freestyle? I mean, do you go just straight at it? I mean, when you're gonna lay something down?
Honestly, I haven't wrote a song in about a year.
Like that?
Since my release from prison, I just I find it a lot more a lot. It's I like to do the freestyle thing, and I know like sometimes my vocabulary ain't the best. Like I tell myself every time I'm not gonna say that.
Right.
But the thing is, the delivery comes out a lot better when it's just more natural when I do a freestyle track, and it's a lot less time consuming. I mean, I spend 1 to 2 days writing a song, dealing with and stuff like that, and then once I start doing freestyle tracks, shit, I could lay out 3 little song ideas in one day, and then I'll go back and touch them up, and sometimes I'll try to replace the cuss words with other words, but they've been pretty much freestyle tracks since I've been out of prison, except for one. There was one song I wrote, but I actually wrote it in prison, and it was a poem, and then it's not, I wanted to turn it into a song, and when I got out, I found the perfect beat for it. It was like a rock style, and I laid it down. It's called More to Life.
Let's talk about American Nightmare. What is it's the song we're about to play? What is that about? Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about American Nightmare.
Okay, well, basically, that's the most recent song that I recorded. I haven't released it yet, so this is exclusive. 209 FM gets to hear it first. Basically, I just with everything that's going on in the world today, you might not see all of it on mainstream media, but if you go on things like TikTok and YouTube, there's some crazy stuff going on around the world, and so that's what influenced this song. Because I'm working on an EP called American Dream, and so this is like the first song on there, American Nightmare, and I'm just talking about how basically the American Dream has turned into a fucking nightmare.
That's what's up. You're listening to American Nightmare. Young Mackamillion on 209 FM.
You're listening to Culture on 209 FM.
This ain't the motherfucking American dream. Taking everything. Motherfucking best believe they taking everything away. I'm bringing the pain, I'm staying sane, I'm in the brain, I'm staying paid up every day. I'm giving a fuck what I hate, I'm saying and entertain, I'm doing my thing, I'm bringing the motherfucking thing, I'm putting the metro out, homie. Yeah, I'm here to stay, I'm in the pain, I do my thing, Mackamillion, that be the name, chosen few, that be the mind. Fuck what you say, never gonna change, taking over, I'm taking my aim to the top, yeah, don't stop, I'm peeping up and down they block, motherfuckers, they getting watching bodies drop, tick tock, yeah, their hands on the clock, yeah, your time is running out, homie. Taking them out. How you like me now, motherfucker? Don't fucking around, don't fuck around, don't make a move, don't make a motherfucking sound. Run up in your fucking house and lay your little punk ass down. Tie them up, homie, tie them to the jail, beat a motherfucker down. I don't even care. Call the police, I'm not gonna grab that be the name of motherfucker. They find your disease, the things in that play. Homie, stay insane up in the brain, stay up, hate up all day, each and every fucking day. Never will I find a way, there's no escape. I hear the voices in my head, I know they hating. Why they hating on me? Motherfucker, they must believe, yeah, they done taking away everything. This the great motherfucking reset. Game over, I'm no reject. Better know, I better go. Watch them hit the floor, I let them know how it goes. Game's fucking cold, better stay strapped up with that motherfucking 44. Allow when you do your dirt, motherfucker, we on the shirt. Allow when you do your dirt, we don't worry fucking hurts. Yeah, he done worry fucking hurts. Game cold, on my toes, right around. Doing dirt, motherfucker, get a stolen bill. Yeah, that's how it goes. Motherfucker, I put your fucking bitch, you never tripping off a hoe. I'ma let them know, yeah, she can get it for free. Motherfucker, did she get some more? And that's for sure, homie, call me as a Mackamillion. Motherfuckers, they running their mouth, I let them get up on the ceiling, that's how I'm feeling. And that's how it's going down, see? Running about your fucking mouth, and now you're getting drowned, G. I'm leaving them 6 feet deep, but underneath, I'm leaving them floating in the ocean. Motherfucker, it's just a billion, see? Don't you ever cross me, Mackamillion ain't the one. Motherfucker, I told you, I leave it alone on me when I fuck your bitch. Never gave a fucking shit, I'm up on my fucking dick. Get it how I live it, is what it is. I ain't even giving a bit. When I fuck your fucking mouth, and I'll be there really quick. Yeah, I'm on my way, staying to the top of what we shot. Motherfucker, they must believe I fuck. time to fucking go. Back in the middle of that reason, I gotta stay up on my fucking toes and popping the mouth. I was like to keep my mind. I'm never getting out there, motherfucker. I'm taking mine. I'm with a wild homicide. I'm a motherfucking mind. I'm one of a kind. I never run. I never motherfucking hide. What you mind? Giving up all I let them know I'm motherfucker. Just believe I want mine. Now here we go. Homie, another day in my life I live. I'm never getting out there. I always felt this way since a kid. Walls closing in, homie. I feel that pressure. I ain't knocking me at that bitch name. And I leave your motherfucking ass up on the stretcher. Motherfucking stretcher, G. I'ma keep it 100. You ain't fucking with me. I'll be that bitch. Hold it down. I'm riding for my fucking team. They chosen you that be the nine. This the American dream. Ready to turn into a dog. Mackamillion, that big name. And homie, I'm still standing strong. Standing tall. I'm never flipping. I'm never fall. Hold it down, motherfucker. I'ma break your jaw. Break your mouth. Proper. Giving a fuck about the coppers. Motherfuckers can't stop us. No, they can't stop us. Doing my thing. Straight up, saying up in the brain. I'm here to stay. Motherfucker, I spit the fucking flames. Now we dream. Lights, freedom, rain. Mackamillion be the name. That's your team. Taking over that fucking game. Getting that fuck up what they say. You better believe it. I'm here to stay. And I will not fade away. Homie, never will I fucking ride. Never slip, homie. I'm trying to reach the top. Motherfucker about my job. Motherfucker talking till they get this ain't the motherfucking American dream.
This ain't the motherfucking land of free. This ain't the motherfucking American dream. This ain't the motherfucking land of free. Let freedom ring. Let it ring, homie. Let freedom ring. This ain't the motherfucking American dream. Let the motherfucking freedom ring.
This ain't the motherfucking American dream. 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 I hear the voices in my head. I hear the voices in my head. I hear the voices in my head.
You're listening to Culture on 209 FM.
What's up? It's your boy DJ Caution. You're listening to Culture 209 FM. Featured artist Young Mackamillion. You were just listening to American Nightmare, his was exclusive release for 209 FM. I guess I did the cuts on that. You said it was what were we sampling or something? What happened?
Yeah. When I met you that night at the club, you asked me who did the scratches on my track, and I told you on that particular track I had found some free scratch samples off of YouTube, and I chopped them up and threw them into my song. And you told me that you knew how to do that.
Okay.
And I'd say about a month later, I found you. And through social media, when you came over,
we linked up. Yeah, I remember I was just scratching. You just sampled me. You just sampled a bunch of shit, a bunch of cuts that I did, and you put them together. I just listened to that. I was like, okay, I see what you're doing. Thank you for putting me a part of that. I appreciate that, man.
Sure, thank you for laying that shit down.
It's all.
I don't know how to do.
It's all gravy, man. Anytime. Let's talk about your influences in the 209 game. Like, who are your influences as far as like 209 rappers?
Oh, 209 rappers. Before I started rapping, I was listening to Doja Click a lot, and also I forgot to mention this earlier. One of my favorite rappers as well from Stockton was Young Erupt. That motherfucker spits some fire, dude. And he goes by Erupt now, but back when I was listening to him, it was Young Erupt. And I'd say between his album, and then and Doja Click's albums. I was buying all of them. I remember I'd steal the posters as soon as I see the posters posted up. I grab them, thinking, like, oh man, it's gonna be worth money one day, And that's just how highly I thought of these Stockton rappers. I mean, in my eyes, they were famous,
Well, they laid it down. I mean, they put a lot of work in, and as far as the hip hop scene goes, they put a lot of work in since day one. So, of course, they had a lot of big following.
I can't forget to mention, I met Ben Chaos. I wasn't really listening to him as much, but I met him, and he did so much for me, like as far as having me open up concerts for him and everything. And then I started listening to him once I started fucking with him. And so I'd like to give a shout out to Ben Chaos.
Yeah, big ups to Ben, doing a lot of work out there in the community, in the 209 community. Big ups to him and Ronnie and everybody else out there doing great things in the community. Man, much love. So, who are you going to be working with in the future, or do you have any tracks with any other artists or anything that you got coming up?
I haven't really, as far as my past releases, I really haven't really done songs with very many people. And then I don't know. I don't have anything planned. I'm always open. There was a rapper at that show that night that I thought was really good.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
I'd like to collab with him just so I'd have like some different style shit. I think his name was like Weez 9X or something.
Right.
He sung that song Hopper Stopper, and I was like, dude, that shit fucking slaps right there, and it's catchy as fuck. But I talked to him a little bit that night, but I don't think we got each other's contact info. But I had mentioned that I got a studio and fucking he wanted to collab and shit.
Yeah.
But I don't have anything planned though as far as collabing with anybody.
Now, as far as being a white rapper and then versus being a black rapper. Or a minority rapper versus white rappers, what is the difference? You think they have, the white rappers have it easier to market versus black, versus blacks versus minorities, Latinos? I mean, do you think is it the same? I mean, what's different and what's the pros and cons, do you think?
Shit, shit, we're the minority in this rap game, to be taken seriously. I feel like you have to set the bar pretty high.
Gotcha.
You have to be pretty tight for anybody to even notice you.
You feel as a white rapper, right? As a white rapper, you feel?
I think personally, but then again, I don't know what it's like to be a black rapper, so I can't really say that it's different.
Well, I'm just talking about from your perspective.
Yeah, from my perspective, I feel like a lot of people, like, until they actually hear it, they kind of take it as a joke,
Okay.
They're like, oh, okay, so you're like the next Eminem,
right.
Shit like that. But there's been so many times where somebody, I'll trick people, like they get in my car and shit, I'll be playing music from different artists, and then bam, I'll slip one or two of my songs in there, and they keep nodding their head, and then I'll hit them with, hey, you like that song right there? That's me. And folks be like, what? Get the fuck out of here! And you? And I'm like, nah,
the reason why I'm saying that is just because there's a lot of people out there that get the culture kind of messed up and think that, it's all black or it's all white or it's all, but basically we all support each other as far as artists. It's not really a color barrier, I mean, that's my perspective, I mean, if you're black or white or whatever, if you're tight, you're tight, that's how I see it. And that's how a lot of individuals do not see it. They think it's primarily a, one-sided kind of culture type of thing, but I don't think they understand the culture when it comes to race, and there's really no race in it. That's how I see it. I mean, there's this hiccups. Don't get me. It has its hang-ups. There has its pros and cons, but we'll talk about that on another show. But let's talk about your next song, "Popping Off." What is that about?
Okay. Well, to touch back on the last subject, though.
Okay.
I don't really introduce myself as a rapper anymore. I call myself a recording artist because, technically it is rap, but I like to experiment with rock and all kinds of different
That's
shit.
What's up, man?
Popping Off was okay, so that track was a freestyle track. I came home and see, like, for me to make music, it seems like I got to be in my comfort zone, and certain things can kill my vibe. I came home, I had the house to myself, it was just me, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm about to record. So I went, turned on some, I went on YouTube, tried to find some beats real quick because I didn't really have time to throw one together, you know. I didn't have one on deck that I've been wanting to rap to or nothing. So, I started looking up Jacob Lethal beats. That's like one of my favorite beat makers. And I come across one of his beats, and I shot this freestyle, and it was like, oh man, it was like 4 minutes, and it was just. It was like all gas, no brakes, no stop sign, no motherfucking red lights. I was just going, so
you were popping off. You were popping off. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, I gotta release this, but I can't because it's not my beat. And I believe it was like already sold, like you can't even release it or whatever. So I made my own remix to the beat. It sounds nothing like the beat, but it sounds perfect for the freestyle. And so I just changed up the beat a little bit and released it. And I don't know, it was just a freestyle, you know.
So here we go. We're gonna listen to "Popping Off" Young Mackamillion on 209 FM.
You're listening to Culture on 209 FM.
Trying to strike it rich. No love for a fucking pig. Oh, bitch, let them know how it go. Motherfucker, the game is called. Not gonna make that beat the name. I'm throwing the blows till they skull. Watch them fall. Motherfucker, talking this and that. They get whacked. With a fire, that's a fact. I'm back. Top. It don't stop. Motherfucker, I'm running up and down that block. Motherfucker with my Glock. Pop. Yes, you best believe it's popping off. Making the middle, that'll be the name. I'm going hard. Get names to the top. It don't stop. Motherfucker, I'm running up and down that block. That'll be the name. I'm riding for the fucking team. Pop. Yes, you best believe it's popping off. Making the middle, that'll be the name. I'm going hard and never soft. Never soft. Facts when I'm on the microphone. Hey, making the middle, that'll be the name. I run up in your motherfucking home. Dumb shot. Lay a motherfucker down. He ain't coming back. He ain't coming around. Motherfuckers always talking this shit. I guess I fucking let them know I gotta get it how I fucking live. It is what it is. I did what I did. And I ain't no motherfucking punk. Come on, bitch. I'm from that Stockton 209. Motherfucker, we ready to ride. Saying strapped up with the 9, homie. I'm one of a kind. I'm one of a kind. You will never find a motherfucker real like this. I guess a fuck how you feel. Feeling like a little bitch. Motherfuckers talking this and that, homie. I'm just trying to strike it rich. Spit the facts, motherfucker, tell them loud. Yes, I'm taking aim to the top. It don't stop, motherfucker. I'm running up and down that block. Motherfucker with my Glock. Pop. Yes, you best believe it's popping off. Making the middle, that be the name. I'm going hard and never soft. Never soft. It don't stop, motherfucker. I'm running up and down that block. Making the middle, that be the name. I'm riding for the fucking team. Pop. Yes, you best believe it's popping off. Making the middle, that be the name. I'm going hard and never soft. Never don't hold back. Tell them like the fuck it is. Making the middle, that be the name. And you can get the fucking biz. That's just how it is. That's how it goes. Hey, I don't fucking play. Don't play no games. Stack my Glock and take it at aim. I'm aiming for the fucking brain. Let a motherfucker face down and let them slain. How it goes, homie, we ain't fucking playing. I'm Stockton 209, motherfucker, we can get the sprain. Hollow rounds all up in this bitch. I'm giving a fucking let them know how it ends your shit. How it is, how it gonna stay. Making that he don't play. Got my Glock and I'm paying paid. A motherfucker, I'm staying paid. I'm in the game, here to stay. Motherfucker, a permanent stay. Run up out your mouth and I bet you won't do this shit again. What you wanna do? What you gotta say? Talking really tough, homie, but you don't wanna play. Hiding inside, motherfucker, I'm taking aim to the top. It don't stop, motherfucker, I'm running up and down that block. Motherfucker with my Glock. Pop, beady, pop. Yes, you best believe it's popping off. Making the middle, that be the name. I'm going hard and aim to the top. It don't stop, motherfucker, I'm running up and down that block. That be the name. I'm riding for the fucking team. Beady, pop. Yes, you best believe it's popping off. Making the middle, that be the name. I'm going hard and never say. I've been known to spray. I've been known to spray. Don't give a fuck, let them know you better pray. It's too late, it's too late. Ain't nothing gonna save you. Making the middle, that be the name. And motherfucker coming in, I spray ya. Spray a motherfucker down. Leave him face down in the ditch, homie. 6 feet up on the ground. How it goes, how it stays. Making that he don't play. Motherfuckers know the name, they know that I'm here to stay. White boy making noise. White boy, and I ain't never been a toy. Talk shit and you can get destroyed. Let them know, motherfucker. Ain't no little boy, grown man up in this bitch. Making the middle, that be the name. I'm backhand a fucking bitch, nigga. What you wanna do? I pull that trigger. But they don't give a fuck. Homie, pouring up some liquor. This one's for the homies. This one's for the clique. Motherfucker, they run them out. They all up on my fucking dick. This one's for the homies. This one's for the clique. Motherfucker, they run them out. They all up on my fucking dick. Probably cause I fucked they bitch and they tripped. I don't really give a fuck. Is what it is. Said I did what I did. Here to stay. Making the middle, he don't play no games. Got my Glock and I take my aim. I aiming for the fucking brain. Let the motherfucker face down. Brain dead and slain. He never coming back again. I don't really give a fuck about the game that you bang. One of a kind, homie, I'm taking aim to the top. It don't stop, motherfucker, I'm running up and down that block. Motherfucker with my Glock. Pop, pop, beady, pop, pop. Yeah, you best believe it's popping off. Like in the middle, that be the name. I'm going harder, never soft, never soft. No, not me. Mega Mill, that be the name. I'm riding for the fucking team, doing what the fuck I do. You know what I mean? Hey, one of a kind, homie, I'm taking aim to the top. It don't stop, motherfucker, I'm running up and down that block. Motherfucker with my Glock. Pop, pop, beady, pop, pop. Yeah, you best believe it's popping off. Mega Mill, that be the name. I'm going harder, never soft, never soft. No, not me. Mega Mill, that be the name. I'm riding for the fucking team, doing what the fuck I do. You know what I mean? Hey, gang, gang, gang. By any means necessary.
You're listening to Culture on 209 FM.
What's up? It's your boy DJ Caution, y'all 209 FM. Listening to Young Mackamillion. That was popping off. So if you had to describe your style, my friend, what would it be?
What would my style of music be? Shit. Trailer trap. Trailer park trap.
Trailer park trap.
Fucking death rap. I don't even know.
He said trailer park trap.
Fall under anything that's basically out there right now. You know?
That's the missing element. That's a fifth element of hip hop right there. Trailer park trap right there. Oh, I said that's the fifth element of hip hop. Trailer park trap. Oh, fuck, that's hella funny. So let's your next song that we got coming up is More to Life. Can you describe to the audience what that's about?
Okay, so More to Life. I'd say prior to 2014 when I was doing music, I had this mentality that, ever since I was 17, basically, when I had a gun pulled out on me in Stockton, and that's when I started carrying weapons. Well, then I got into the rap game and I started rapping. I was like, you can't, you better be living this shit if you're rapping about this shit. So, I got myself in a situation where I ended up in prison for assault with a semi-automatic firearm. Basically, got into it with some dudes and they weren't happy about the outcome. A month later, they caught me at a stop sign and they started acting like they had, a pistol on them. Well, I had a homie in the back seat who did, and I was reaching for mine and out of the tuck spot, the little homie let them have it and fired about 10 rounds in their vehicle. So needless to say, they didn't know who my friends were. So and I thought these dudes were gangsters. They had tattoos on their face and all this shit. Well, they fucking called the cops and they sent them to my house and one of the victims was at the time was my girlfriend's cousin. So he knew the scoop about me and shit, where I lived and shit. So I ended up in prison. And at first I was mad about it. I was mad that, but it ended up being a blessing, dude. Like, I really got my shit together while I was in there. I served 7 years in a cell. And it helped me get my life on track. I feel like I didn't get arrested. I got arrested, you know what I mean? So while I was in there, though, and I was fighting my case, before I got sentenced, I didn't really know what was going to happen, I didn't know if I wanted to go to trial. I was like, dude, I can get 40 years if I lose in trial.
Shit.
And so I
got real serious. You got real serious, huh?
Oh, yeah.
40 years.
So I wanted to make music so bad because I was like,
man.
I was just starting to get really good. I just started Mackamillion back in like 2012. The end of 2012 was when I started rapping as Mackamillion. And then, so I was only making songs for about a year. I was working on an album at the time called The Game Is Cold. Well, that album never got released. It never got finished. But so while I was in prison, I was fiending for music, and while I was in jail, I didn't have no Walkman or nothing like that because you don't have no privileges and you're unsentenced, Yeah. So I started trying to write down some lyrics, anyways, and it sounded more like a poem to me, and I just got bits and pieces of it done throughout my sentence. The first verse I did in county jail, and then second verse I was when I was on the line. I met a couple lifers and shit, so I had mentioned them in the second verse. But as I was writing the song, dude, as I was recording the song out here on the streets, during the second verse, I did a phone call. My mom, she's hysterical. My brother-in-law passed away while I was writing this song. You know, it was fucked up because I was so excited about this song because he likes rock and shit like that. You know, we always went to like concerts and shit, Ozfest and stuff like that. So I couldn't wait to show him this song because it was like the first time I've ever.
Hello.
And that shit happens. I never got to show him, so I made mention of the situation at the very end of my second verse. It was a sad deal, but the song's called "More Life," and it's very deep and very special to me.
All right,
it's one of the realest songs I've ever wrote. So,
well, you heard it first here from Young Mackamillion. It's "More to Life" on 209 FM.
You're listening to Culture on 209 FM.
Right. And I know life's passing me by. And I know there's more life. And I know I need to open my eyes. This life I'm living, this world keeps on spinning and spinning and spinning. I can't even stop it, don't spin. There's no one to blame but myself, and I did this to myself. I'm the reason why I hate the cards I was dealt. And I pushed everyone aside. I don't need your fucking help. Had every opportunity in life, and I just chose to fail. I remember thinking to myself, inside that prison cell, when I get out this time, I refuse to fucking fail. I'ma live this life to the fullest. Avoiding all the bullshit. Didn't take long, and I was right back in that bullshit. Now I'm knee deep in the mix, and I just don't give a shit. Yeah, life is passing by, and I'm looking for a fix. And I got these problems I can't fix. These walls, they closing in, and I'm on that same path. That one that led me to the pin. How quickly did I forget about my family and friends? All that time I can't get back. All the time that I missed. This life is passing me by, and it's passing by quick. In the blink of an eye, everything can get switched. I got this anger deep inside. I take it out on my bitch. I don't know why she by my side when I treat her like this. I see them teardrops in her eyes, then I start to feel like shit. I'm wondering why the fuck I am the way I am. It's something gotta give, it's something gotta change. Yeah, I know there's more to life. It's time to take it by the reins. Time to take a different route. Gotta find another way. Gotta figure it all out before it's too late. And I know I'm not living right. And I know life's passing me by. And I know there's more to life. And I know I need to open my eyes. This life I'm living, this world keeps on spinning. It's spinning, it's spinning. I can't stop it from spinning. I see it all behind the prison walls, and I damn near lost it all when they told me I was dead and gone, never coming back. I can't even say goodbye, cause I'm locked up in this box till I start in to run my town. When I was on that line, I met a lifer who lost his mind and went to court so many times, only to get denied. He was only 16 when they sentenced him to life. That was 1987, homeboy still up on that fucking line. No ground support, ain't got no one by his side. His family never wrote him and they never even tried. I remember when they went to border, he got denied. He came back to his cell and he just broke down and he fucking cried. This ain't the place I wanna die. I just want a second chance, one more try. I can see that pain up in his eyes. That shit was real. Can you imagine how that shit must feel? To know it's all over even though you're still here. Now later down that road, when I'm out here on parole, my nephew's 12 years old, they found his daddy on the road. He crashed his motorcycle, he never made it home. I'm asking God, what the fuck is going on? Can't you take my life instead? Just leave my nephew alone. But it was too late and this was out of my control. My nephew got robbed. They tell me because they're strong. But I can't get to his eyes, I can't help it, I just like a ball. When I'm looking through his eyes, I can't help it, I just ball. And I know I'm not living right. And I know life's passing me by. And I know there's more to life. And I know I need to open my eyes. I get out this time, I refuse to fucking fail. I'ma live this life to the fullest, avoiding all the bullshit. It didn't take long, and I was right back in that bullshit. Now I'm knee deep in the mix, and I just don't give a shit. Yeah, life is passing by, and I'm looking for a fix. I got these problems I can't fix. These walls are closing in. I'm on the same path, they want to lead me to the end. I quickly did, I forget about my family and friends. All that time I can't get back, and all the times that I missed. This life is passing me by, and it's passing by quick. And in the blink of an eye, my whole world got switched. I got this thing deep inside, I take it out on my fist. I don't know that shit by my side when I treat it like this. I see them teardrops in her eyes, then I start to feel like shit. I wanna rock, why the fuck I am the way I am, and something gotta give, and something gotta change. Yeah, I know there's more in life, it's time to take it out of range, time to take a different route, gotta find another way, gotta figure this all out before it's too late. And I know I'm not living right, and I know life's passing me by, and I know there's more to life, and I know I need to open my eyes. This life I'm living, this world keeps on spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning, and I can't stop it from spinning. I've seen it all, behind the prison walls, and I damn near lost it all. When they told the army was dead and gone, never coming back. I can't even say goodbye. I'm locked up in the house, and still I remain to run my time. When I was on that line, I met a lifer who lost his mind. Went to more so many times, only to get denied. He was only 16, and they sentenced him to life. That was 1987, almost still up on that fucking line. No real support, ain't got no one by his side. His family never wrote him, but they never even tried. Another woman when they were born, he got denied. He came back to himself, he just broke down and he fucking cried. This ain't the place I wanna die, I just want a second chance, one more try. I can see that pain up in his eyes, that shit was real. Can you imagine how that shit would feel? The noise all over, even though you still here. Now later down that road, when I feel on the road, my nephew's 12 years old and found his daddy on the road. He crashed his motorcycle, he never made it home. I'm asking God, what the fuck's going on? If you take my life instead, just leave my nephew alone. But it was too late and this was out of my control. My nephew got robbed, and you can just stay strong. I'm looking to his eyes, I can't help it, I just won't. And I know I'm not living right, and I know life's passing me by, and I know there's more to life, and I know I need to open my eyes. This life I'm living, this world keeps on spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning.
Leave it alone, my nigga. It's a beast all right now, nigga. I would have seen you just hot there right now, though. Yeah, with my nigga out. Man, check this out. This stuff you can't do is
You're listening to Culture on 209 FM.
What's up? It's your boy DJ Caution here, listening to Culture. So, my man, featured artist, Young Mackamillion. Sign us off, man. Let us know social media. Give us your shout outs. Let us know where you're gonna be at.
Okay. Basically, you can get a hold of me on Instagram or Facebook or SoundCloud, whatever. I check all of them. So my Instagram is at MacDaily209. It's MACK, MacDaily209.
Mm-hmm.
My Facebook is also Mac Daily, but it's a little bit harder to find. I also have Facebook, Young Mackamillion. And those would be the three easiest ways to get a hold of me.
Okay. For all the independent artists out there in the 219, if you want to get heard, just send us an email to 219fm, listentoculture@gmail.com. This is your boy DJ Caution, featured artist Young Mackamillion. Thank you so much, my dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're signing off. Until next time. Peace.
All right. Hey.
You're listening to Culture on 209 FM.